So I'm just going to give a couple of tips on search engine optimization today. The biggest thing to remember is that Google want to give the user the best possible experience they can. So what this means is when somebody goes to Google and types into the search bar and they land on a website, they want that experience to be the best possible for that person. So what do we mean by that? Well, if I'm someone who's looking for a shoulder length haircut and I type this into Google and a website comes up by a hairdresser and they're talking about shoulder length haircuts that they provide, well then this is relevant, okay? It's something that I looked for, the website's talking about it and they offer this service, okay? So that's a good user experience. But if I type into Google getting a pink hairstyle, okay, and the website comes up from a hairdresser and they're talking about pink hairstyles, but they don't offer this service. And then I go around the site and I notice they mention pink hairstyles a couple of times, but they don't actually offer this service. Well, that's not going to be an entirely good customer user experience because you're talking about this keyword a lot, but you're not actually providing that service. Okay, so we have to provide keywords, or use keywords around the services that we provide, okay? Keep our keywords relevant to what it is we're doing. And don't just use keywords because you know that they have, they've got really, really high search volumes. You might see that a keyword, is searched, whatever, thousands of times a day, and you might say, okay, we don't offer that service, we could still put it on our site and we could talk about it and then we'll get rankings. Don't do that because Google will see that, because when people type in something, land on your site and see that you don't actually offer it, it means your bounce rates will increase. And Google will get under why your bounce rates are increasing and they will penalize you. So keep your content relevant, keep it around your products and services that you do offer, okay? And don't duplicate content, okay? Years ago, we used to duplicate content onto different pages. We used to add in other pages just for the sake of putting them there and trying to get more content out there and more keywords out there. This doesn't work anymore, okay? If we duplicate content for the sake of it, we will be penalized. So don't duplicate content. Keep the keywords as consistent as we can. Make sure the information is as honest as it can be. And when we're using links on our website, only use links that are relevant again to our business. You can ask your partners, or you can ask suppliers, or you could ask maybe any stakeholders within the business for links to link in and out of. But years ago, again, we used to swap links with loads of businesses. It didn't matter what they did. It was just to try and get a link out of your website or get a link into your website. But that's not the way it works anymore. These links need to be relevant in some capacity to your business. But especially it's great if they're authoritative, like if you had maybe a bank or someone like Facebook or Google or some of the big companies. Them links are really, really good to have on your website. But as I say, don't just swap links with businesses for the sake of swapping them. Make sure there's some relevancy there when it comes to your links, okay? So make sure that your content isn't duplicated. Make sure that your keywords are very, very relevant. And make sure that when you're using links on your site, that they're actually relevant to your website in the first place. Okay? Thanks a million, guys.